Hi, I'm Dan Hoying from Agrarian Solutions, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes today about some of the products that are available from the Select Sires truck. So you're not only going to get your semen supplies and breeding supplies, but you can also get some of these products available to help benefit you and your operation. A lot of these products have been around since 1997, so they've been around a long time, and they have a lot of integrity and a lot of positive research and performance with producers. So let's talk. Your cows are going to calve. How many of us live in a perfect world? Very few. We may have sometimes that we do, but generally we'll have some issues with Mother Nature, poor quality colostrum, a cow in poor body condition because of drought. There's a lot of factors that go into that. So let's talk about our first product. It's called Convert. It's a combination of good bugs and IgY antibodies. So we can boost either the colostrum from that cow when that calf is born, or we can use the product as a treatment, giving 15 cc's when that calf is sick, having a scour, is not performing up to speed. Those are many places. So there's many reasons why we want to use Convert when that calf is born. We know those calves are your future. They're very expensive, as we know. So we want to make sure those calves, they're your future genetics, and they're going to be your future of your herd. So let's make sure we get them off to a good start. What we do day one, week one, month one will affect that calf for the rest of its life. If you screw that up, you never get a second chance. That calf will never recover the rest of its life. It'll never perform up to its genetic potential. Remember that. So we want to make sure that calf gets off to a good start. It gets quality colostrum. We know there's pressure from disease that we can't predict for that calf. You know, those antibodies are disease specific in there. And giving that probiotic with antibodies, we can change the pH in that calf's stomach. If that calf takes in some bad bacteria, it doubles every 10 minutes. We need good bacteria. It'll double every 30 minutes. So we're behind the 8 ball. We need to make sure it gets in there and changes that pH and creates a good environment for positive bacteria to grow versus that bad bacteria. We get an immune response. So by using that, we give that calf a nice boost when it's born. If that calf gets under a stress or a disease, it's using energy to fight that off and promote its immune system rather than using it to grow. So we don't get the growth out of those animals. That colostrum quality and timing is really important. Zoetis says if every calf we treat for pneumonia, it's $240 plus. That's expensive. A shot of Baytril, Mycotil, Draxxin, they're all probably over $10 now. Then you figure your labor and lost performance. That's what Zoetis is figuring in there. So we get those IgY benefits. Look at your dam's body condition. Too many times, if we have a drought or we have poor quality forages or feed, if she doesn't have good enough body condition, not only does she not make quality colostrum for that calf, she's going to give a lot harder to get bred back and perform for you. Plus, making sure that calf gets the proper nutrition and milk that it's going to be able to grow and gain some weight for you, because that's ultimately how you make money, is selling that calf for the weight. Sometimes we're purchasing animals, heifers or cows, we don't know their vaccination history. So it's really important to give that dose of Convert to boost the colostrum antibodies that cow is already given the calf. We have research done at Oklahoma State and at a New York dairy. We not only improve weight gains, we improve the health of that animal by less scours, but we also improve lung scores. So we had less respiratory in those calves. So let's make sure. There's places we can use this. We can use it maybe on first calf heifers. Sometimes we have cows that milk a lot. They will dilute that colostrum and the IgGs that are in that colostrum. Whatever stress we're putting on that animal, sometimes the environment. We talk about muddy conditions, very cold conditions. Those are all factors where that calf is going to need extra help. Nutritionally, is that cow sound? Is she getting a good mineral, protein, and vitamins to meet those needs? Make sure we get that colostrum in that calf as early as possible, generally within 4 hours. If we're a beef producer, sometimes we don't find out until it's too late that that calf didn't get quality colostrum, because now it's scouring and now it doesn't have the immune system. Now you're behind the 8 ball. Now it's very expensive to keep that calf alive. That's what we need to know. The second place we can use one of our products is when we wean those calves. Basically, it's our convert in a microbial gel. We add some additional vitamins and minerals. We want to make sure that calf, weaning is a very stressful time for that calf. We want to make sure that calf gets off to a good start. We're weaning it. We want to get it in a feedlot, or these are going to be our future, our replacements. We're going to be breeding on these when they're heifers. So the microbial gel is a combination of good products. You'll give 5 milliliters for anything under 500 pounds, which is under $1. 10 milliliter is under $2 for that's anything over 500 pounds. It comes in a 200 milliliter tube. It really helps get that calf through that transition, through that stressful time of changing feeds and that nutrition, and we can improve that performance. What is in it? It has 9 billion CFUs, and we also put some live yeast in it. We use our L-forms, which provides stability. We put our IgGs also in this product. We have 100,000 IU of vitamin A, 10,000 of D3, and 500 of vitamin E. So a lot of goodies for that calf when we're weaning it, making sure it gets off to a good start. So let's talk a little bit about your timed AI. We want to do some troubleshooting. We want to make sure we're compliant with whatever timed AI protocol we're going to use. Follow it to the guidelines and the dates and the times to be successful. Make sure we're using it on cows, heifers. Body condition is where it needs to be. They're nutritionally and minerally sound. We want to make sure we don't stress these animals. We're not running them around. We have good facilities. Consult with your veterinary. We want to make sure we're on a good, sound vaccination protocol, using quality semen, making sure that we have all the eggs in our basket, that we're not using something inferior that we're not going to have good results with. And the last part, what we'll talk about, is using it on mycotoxins and ergots. These will negatively affect what you're going to do in a timed AI program. So we know we have the vomitoxins and zearalenone. These are two toxins that greatly affect reproduction. They lower that cow's immune system. Basically, at the end of the day, that Mother Nature tells this cow, you are not healthy enough to carry a calf. So generally, she will be an anestrus, she will be cystic, she will have problems because of these toxins lowering her immune system and the health, to where you're going to set her up on a timed AI and you're not going to have good results. So what do we see? What do we look for? Some loose manure in our cows, erratic feed intakes. One of the things, we don't see cows cows in heat. We're not seeing good estrus on these cows. There's nothing worse than you timed AIing an anestrus cow, one that has not been in heat. You will have really, really poor performance. We want to make sure she's cycling before we set her up in a timed AI. You will see some abortions on these cows if they're under a toxin, and we also will have vaccination failures. Those are places we want to look. So we want to be aware what we're dealing. So test your feeds. Contact your Select Sires rep. They will help you in analyzing what you want to test. Where will our toxins be? It can be on any feed stuff. It can be in our pastures. It can be in our hays. Let's find out. Generally, we want to feed the DTX 30 days before calving, or at least about 30 days before we do a timed AI protocol on her. And don't forget about your bulls. They're under the same stress as what our cows will be under. So we want to look at the results, make sure we recommend the correct product. What are we going to do? What is the value of a pregnancy? It can be anywhere from $200 to $300 to in the thousands